My boyfriend of 3 years cheated on me with my best friend on our holiday trip, and I don't know what to do. I am Kate, a 22F, and my boyfriend, which I will call James, is a 24M, and we have been together since 2021. We live in an apartment together and live very close to my best friend, whom I'll call Amy. James convinced me not to go to the college I wanted to learn at because he didn't want to move away from family, but I loved him, so I understood. Amy was also telling me to stay because she didn't want to lose me and that she would be so lonely without me, and that broke my heart because we have been friends since second grade. But anyway, me, James, Amy, and the other people in our friend group, which I'll call Mark, Evan, and Lisa, all went on a trip together to celebrate Christmas, so we got an Airbnb to stay at for our week-long trip. We were talking about who should share rooms, and there were like 3 rooms, so Mark and Lisa said they were going to share because they were together, and then Amy said she and James could share because she wakes up early and so does he, so I can get some nice sleep, and I literally gasped because what, like, James is my boyfriend, why does she think she can sleep in the same bed as him? I don't know if it makes me seem insecure, but it rubbed me the wrong way. James said it wasn't a bad idea because he wanted to wake up early to go on walks and that he hated waking me up. I was just shocked that my boyfriend didn't want to sleep with me just because he woke up early, and when we were just at home I woke up early with him. I found it weird, but no, James is my boyfriend, so me and him will be sharing a room. Thanks for trying to be thoughtful though. Lisa giggled because she later told me that she found it weird that Amy would even try to share a room with James, and both Evan and Mark just found it really odd. When we did go to the coast, though, they started acting even more suspicious, and Amy wore this really revealing dress to dinner and asked James how it looked, and he said that it was really pretty. I took my boyfriend aside and started saying things like, "Why are you acting so weird, and why are you letting her flirt?" He just said I was being silly and overthinking it and that they were just being funny. But other things they did that made me think they were doing sneaky shit was that she would also be super close to him and try to hold his hand when we walked, and she was asking him for help putting on a top, and it made me so uncomfortable. One day we were all supposed to be going to a bar, but Amy and James said they were just going to stay because they both felt sick, which just made me feel like something was going to happen while I was gone. But me and Evan, Mark, and Lisa had a good time, but I went to the Airbnb early because I had a bad rash and it hurt like hell, but when I walked to the door it was locked. But I just went to the back door since I thought we probably just locked the front door when we were leaving. But I went in and I heard my boyfriend and Amy upstairs, and I knew they were doing each other, so I just waited outside the door and listened because I was too scared to walk in. Eventually, they finished and got in the shower together, but they didn't leave the room because there was a bathroom connected to the room me and my boyfriend were sharing. I was so upset and I went outside and just cried, but I went to some burger place and waited until all of my friends went back. I returned to the Airbnb and my boyfriend tried kissing me and saying that he missed me, but I just had this hurting feeling in my chest and couldn't look him or Amy in the eye for the rest of the trip. We just went back home last week and I've been distant to him. He has been asking me why I'm acting so weird, but I have been too afraid to tell him or anyone else that I knew what happened. I have been thinking of things to do, and I know that he has an iPad and the iPad connects to his messages, so I could check that soon, but I have just been so hurt and lost because he is such a good boyfriend to me, but I don't know if I love him anymore after that, and I hate my best friend for doing that to me, and I am so upset that I have given so many things up just for them and sacrificed so many things for them, and I would really appreciate some help on what I should do. I'm sorry if this was really long. I just needed to tell someone. Hi everyone, I added paragraphs to this update so it would be easier to read. Again, thank you all so much for the support and kind messages. I appreciate it so much. It has really helped me through this and made me feel less alone. Right now, I am sleeping at a motel with all of my important things. I will be staying with Evan in a day or two once he gets his roommates sorted out. I told Evan that I needed him to come to my house because I was going to have an argument with James and that I was scared. Evan was really confused and I said I couldn't tell him yet, but he agreed and stayed in the bedroom with me. When James came home from work, I sat on our bed while he lay on the couch like he normally does. I then sent the screenshots to the group chat that included me, James, Amy, Evan, Mark, and Lisa. I swear, as soon as I hit send, I felt my heart drop. I was so scared, but I heard James say, "What the fuck?" He didn't know I was home because I didn't greet him, so he texted me asking, "What's with those messages? What is happening?" I came out of the room and told him I heard them on our trip and that I was done with him and her and leaving the apartment. I was honestly so scared and stumbled over my words. He kept asking what the screenshots were and yelling at me. I started crying and yelling as well about how he is a selfish piece of shit and that I should have never put him first. He said the screenshots weren't real and called me a terrible person for trying to ruin their lives. I kept saying I found it on his iPad and that he was just trying to gaslight me. He then said if I wasn't a retard who knew how to treat him well, this wouldn't be happening. That hurt me so badly because he was my first boyfriend and I tried so hard to do anything for him. Evan came out of the room and tried to calm us down. James started telling Evan it was all fake, but Evan isn't stupid, so he didn't believe him. Evan told me to go to the car with all of my stuff and that he would be out in a second. James started getting up in his face and they began yelling. I sat in the car and cried. I have no idea how long it was, but Evan came out and drove me to the motel I am currently staying at because I don't have a car. Amy texted me, calling me a lying cunt who is jealous for no reason. I called her and told her I heard them and that the texts were on his iPad. There is no one to blame but themselves, and then I hung up. I am getting many texts from everyone and it's stressing me out. James is texting me that he's sorry and that she was manipulating him, while Amy is cussing me out. The friend group is questioning me about the whole situation, but Lisa is being very sweet and supportive. She said there is no way they would let Amy and James hang out with them again since Amy is a homewrecker and James is an asshole. James keeps calling and texting me on nearly every social media platform I have because I blocked his number and some of his accounts. I plan on living with Evan for a little while and spending money we were saving for a plane ticket to Washington so I can spend Christmas with my family. I am just lying down while writing this on my laptop and playing Sims to relax. This whole situation has been so stressful, but part of me is happy that it's nearly over. Thank you all for your support and kindness. I appreciate you all. I recorded it and sent it to his family, my family, Amy's family, and the friend group, so that's all settled. I thought about putting the video in this post, but I don't want to accidentally leak any information. Thank you all again so much, and I will add another update if anything else happens. For now, I think that's all.